Hi, everyone. My name is Sequoia Lewis, and I'm the founder of Black Millennials Unite, where we provide tools and resources for rising and aspiring entrepreneurs. And today we are featuring Amber Jones, who is the CEO of Glam by Ambam LLC. She's going to be our feature for our Small Business Saturday. So welcome, Amber, and go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you, Sequoia. It's a pleasure to be here. I really appreciate this opportunity. But yeah, like you said, my name is Amber Jones. I'm the founder of Glam by Ambam, and it's a beauty accessories supply company. So we range from everything from hair to skin products to just cute little everyday stuff.
Okay. And it's like what birthed the whole idea? Give us some insights.
Okay, well, when I was a junior at FAMU, I started just making wigs for my friends and my classmates and just people around the neighborhood. So once I was doing that, I was like, okay, I should definitely start a little side hustle. And so I gave it the title Glam by Ambam to just kind of make it a little bit more legit on Instagram. But yeah, I started doing that my junior year, and then I graduated in 2016, and so the business kind of fell off just because I had a graduation business and like post-grad life business.
Yeah. Yeah, several businesses. I know that's right.
So I kind of let it fall to the side, but then recently, a few months ago, I resumed it and relaunched it.
Okay, good. So you've been in business now for 3 months? Like officially?
Yeah, officially. Legit.
Oh, gosh. How's that like? So you know what? I'm going to pivot a little bit. So how has your business pivot since the awakening of COVID? Like a lot of Black businesses have been affected, actually 41%. So how have you taken these challenges and strides and just like keeping going? Like, how do you keep it going?
Definitely prayer. I try to, pray about every decision that I make. But during the pandemic specifically, shipping has been hard. So getting resources, like just the smallest thing, like labels, like, it's taking 1 to 2 weeks where a post, it could be printed on Monday and then at my door by Thursday or Friday. So just I've really had to plan, I guess, and prepare, and then kind of buy more things in bulk to make sure I don't get that low again. Well, I was just in starting, but
Yeah, no, that's good. And so how did you know like this was the right fit, this was the right business for you, since you've dabbled into several different businesses? Like how did you know this is the one?
Well, I knew it was the one originally. If you notice on my logo, it has like a needle and thread. Originally, I was going to continue the wig thing, but then I just kind of came to a consensus like I barely even wear wigs anymore. Like if I'm not wearing my natural hair, I'm wearing a protective style like braids or goddess locks or something. So I was like, I don't think I want to focus so much on the wig thing. And spend a lot of my time making it. But at the same time, when I was contemplating that, I was doing a lot of skincare video shorts and just putting them to my Instagram story. And so many people would be like, oh my gosh, so what do you use for this? Like, what are you doing for this? And I would get a lot of compliments on just having clear skin and stuff. And I was like, maybe I should share with people what I use, but make it so that it's profitable for me as well.
Yes, yes. And it's funny, like this is about you, but I want to put in something. Making wigs got me through college as well, to be honest. Like, but once I left college, I was like, this is not sustainable. I don't wear them enough. Like, how can I promote something that I don't even wear anymore? So I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, when I was making them in college too, it was like back in the day, I didn't have a sewing machine. So I was doing them by hand.
Yes, yes.
So I'm like, oh my goodness.
So like what advice, well, for one, what challenges do you face in your industry? And then two, like what advice would you give somebody who's interested in being in that space as well?
Okay, so challenges that I faced was I feel like I definitely try everything and use everything that I sell, but I had to do a lot of trial and error prior. Like I had to get these products from a supplier and then make sure the products are durable and use them and sustainable. Even though I would order just one for myself when I was using it, I wanted to make sure all of them came like that. So a couple of errors that I made was one, just wasting time and money with bad suppliers. Products that are just no good. If I don't like it, it's not something that I think like my friends or my peers would like.
Right.
So that's definitely a mistake I ran into. And I'd also say just kind of waiting to the last minute to do things in the midst of COVID and everything's so slow and delayed. So I've definitely learned to plan and prepare ahead of time.
Right. And so how would you teach someone to like vet suppliers like in the future? Because I know that's something you didn't know about, and it's kind of like you had to learn at the last minute.
Yeah, definitely. I think what I would tell someone who's interested in going into this would be to see who all uses that supplier before you test them out, like, on your own, so like shop around and see who else is in the same business as you and just kind of research and see, well, who are they selling their stuff to? And then is that person's business credible, So
that's good. Yeah, that's really good, because sometimes, and I know as new entrepreneurs, we kind of like, we're afraid to ask people, hey, what are you using? Or then it's the total opposite too. When you ask people who they're using, they're not giving that information up. So it can be difficult, I understand.
Right.
So what are your business goals? Do you have any business goals? I know you just got started. Like, what are your short-term goals and your long-term goals?
Yeah, so my short-term goals are definitely to get on a plan where I can have consistent international shipping. As of now, we only ship to the U.S. Just because there are a lot of shipping bans right now, and it's just been a little bit of a hassle, I guess, since my business is just so new. I have to, go through a little bit more channels. So international shipping is definitely a short-term goal. I feel like marketing in a way where I don't have to be on my phone all day, or my assistant doesn't have to be on his phone all day. So, like creating just ads that'll target the people that I feel like would benefit from my products.
Right.
And then long-term goal, I want to, expand to a warehouse. Right now we're direct to consumer. So we handle all the products. All the products are actually in my apartment. I'm like just kind of working from home, and my 14-year-old nephew, he's my assistant, so he's kind of like my saving grace as well.
So good.
Thanks. To just expand the whole thing would be great.
Right. And teaching him how to fish at such an early age is very important.
Yes, definitely. And he loves it so far. Like, I've just put him on little tasks, like, creating graphics for social media.
Yeah.
Or, like shipping labels, just something to save me time in the long run. And he's learning more as I go along.
That's good. So when we talk about the Black-owned business accessory supplier, like, is that a area where you see a lot of Black people, or like, is it more, because when I think about, let's be honest, when I think about beauty, I think about the Asians that own the hair store. So give us a little bit information about, we spend so much money in this industry. How did you even like create this opportunity for yourself?
Yeah, so that is a great question. There are not a lot of Black people in this industry, especially as far as supplier wise. Okay, like I only have 3 Black suppliers, and they're for the people that like will design a print for a headband or something. And since they're used to designing those type of prints and then assembling whatever the product is that I need, those are the only Black people that I deal with. But I have over 30 products that I sell in my store right now, and only 3 of those products are handmade by Black women. Wow. So it's not a Black dominated industry at all. And I feel like since it's not, it's harder for Black women to get into it, because people that are not usually of our race are kind of leery and hesitant to work with us. And
Right.
they can make it as hard for you as they want, because at the end of the day, they're supplying what you're selling.
But that's so unfortunate though, because without us even like buying into the industry, there wouldn't be any industry.
Exactly. And then those same suppliers, they see how much entrepreneurs are making here from their supplies, so they already have a connect. And then they come here to our neighborhoods and to our communities and build up where they know that where that money is coming from. So,
Girl,
it's a
you
really
guys hear it. You hear it from the source.
it is.
Wow,
We
that is so crazy.
get more out there, but it is definitely a system built against us. So.
Right, right. And so one more thing, I don't want to dabble too much in your business, but for some people, let's unpack what a beauty accessory supplier is so that they totally understand like what it is that you do and how they can support you.
Okay, yeah. So I sell tons of things. Like I said, I have over 30 products in my store. But
Hmm.
when you think of a beauty accessory supplier, it's kind of some things that you can get from the hair store, but not a lot. So, for example, I sell double satin lined bonnets that are perfect for they're perfect for all hair types, but especially women with natural hair because it helps seal in moisture. And then I also have a pore vacuumer to help keep your skin clear and remove blackheads and dirt. And those are things that you can't get from the beauty supply store. So
Hmm.
I basically design products and work with somebody to assemble those products because I can't do it by hand. And then
Right.
I provide it to the consumer.
Okay, that's good. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a consumer in the source of the hair store, but it could be somebody who's shopping online and they want to purchase something directly from you as well, right?
Perfect. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Good. Man, that's so interesting. Like, I'm just intrigued by your business, like your resilience to even continue to be in this industry when it's not a lot of us in that space. Like, that's bravery.
Yeah.
Would you do you would you encourage more African American women to get in that space, or what are
Yeah,
your
for
thoughts around
sure. Because I feel like a lot of the things that I use, other African American women use, and who can better tell you about something than the people that it benefits and that it's for. So I definitely feel like that's a route for more African American women to get in for sure.
Well, maybe you have to school them, honey, once you start expanding, put that as your product expand.
And my day job is a teacher, so I would love
Yeah.
to, you know.
Look. Oh, speaking of your day job, do you plan to get to work? Like, what is your goal in terms of leaving your day job and pursuing your entrepreneurship aspirations?
So I would definitely love to do that. Like I have so much fun when I'm just doing things for myself. So I am also in grad school right now,
Okay.
getting a master's in educational leadership to eventually transition into principalship.
Okay.
But who knows? Like if this was to take off and become my main supplier, I would love to spend those 8 hours a day that I'm working for somebody else to put into my business because I know it'll be even more successful. Um,
Absolutely.
but if my current salary right now isn't getting me the results that I need, or well, actually the income that I need to make
Right.
my business greater, I'm going to transfer, into a higher position to keep doing the same thing. Because at the end of the day, the goal is to definitely leave the system job and work for myself.
Yes, yes. Well, then talk about a little bit. Don't give us any numbers, but talk about the startup cost to even get into this industry. Like, would you prefer, hey guys, you need to have some money saved up, or is this a low frills, low startup cost kind of area for them?
I would definitely suggest having money saved up because you need to make sure everything that you're sending out you would use for yourself. So
Okay.
you're going to spend some money, like I said, just getting products to you. Like I even
Hmm.
had my sister test out different things for me so I
Good.
could get her feedback and opinion and see how it differed from mine.
Hmm.
Um, so that cost. And then just as far as getting yourself out there, you have to purchase a website domain, which isn't very expensive, but then you have to figure out how you're going to run that website, you know, and then that's where things can get expensive. And literally every little thing costs, like
Everything.
stickers, just, you know, to seal your envelopes or however you make it personal to your consumer. It costs money. Like even the logo, somebody designed that for me because I'm not a graphic designer.
Right.
So, you know, just anything that you see, like I'm looking at this water bottle and I'm thinking, oh, I purchase labels all the time. Like, you know, that's an expense. And even though I'm online, I don't have to worry about like brick and mortar expenses. I still do have overhead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's pivot. How do you handle budgeting? Is that a strength of yours? Or do you have to outsource? Like, how is that working out for you?
It's not a strength of mine. I know how to, I think, price my products pretty well to make sure that I'm, you know, just not in the hole and
Yes.
profiting. But I do use a program called QuickBooks.
Okay.
Kind of help me like visually see what's going out, what's coming in, what can I cut off. And I'm still learning, like, you know, there's so many things that I wish I had known prior to spending money, but it comes with the territory. But I figured out ways to make it back, or
Right.
how I can, you know, cut that cost and keep it in house.
Right. You know, it's funny. We could talk about this more offline, but when you talked about making your profits, let's start talking about margins. So in your industry, there could be a certain margin, for example, it could be 40 and 30%. You want to make sure that you pricing your stuff at that, whatever that rate is, so that you can break even for your margin. So I know a lot of things that Black businesses struggle with, not saying you are, is that we just make enough. No, we need to make what we need to make to keep our business sustained.
I completely agree. And I feel like when it's always just been a negative connotation in our community that, you know, we need to have a conscience, or, you know, if they're selling it for $5, we need to sell it for $3. And I think that's crazy because people are going to them to purchase it for $5. So now you can't have a conscience, you know, to make money just like the person next door. So I really do think we have to get our mindset together, or, you know, just kind of unlearn and relearn.
Yes. And then oftentimes, like, people feel like, oh, it's the Black business. She's my friend. I need a discount. Like, no, if a discount has not been offered, please don't ask.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get used to paying full price, because I feel like when you go to Fashion Nova or any of these other big retail companies, if they don't have a coupon code, you still need the outfit. Or if they're
Absolutely.
shipping, I mean, you're still going to get it. So we have to definitely keep that same energy in our community, because we want to
Yes.
build each other up, you know?
Yes, absolutely. Well, do you plan on like expanding in terms of your team? Like, how does that look like for you?
Yeah, if I did, it would be a very small team. I
Mhm.
definitely think I need more so of a fulfillment team, because
Mhm.
sometimes it can get a little hectic for me just being in grad school, and then work just started back up again last week. So just someone to fulfill the orders for me. I handwrite personal notes, so if I could just write notes all day, that would
Yeah.
be great. What I mean by fulfilling the orders is like actually going and getting the product and
Mhm.
putting it in the cute little organza bag, and making sure the appropriate directions are with that, and then
Right.
packing it in the bubble wrap, and, like, you know, that kind of stuff takes time a little bit. So I would love more help with that.
Good, girl. We have to get you some interns who need to boost up their resume. You know, we'll talk about
Yeah.
that later too. Well, I don't want to hold you too long, but I did. She didn't have the opportunity to bring her products today, but she can show us her website, and I'm so excited to see it.
Okay, so let me go ahead and 1 second. I'm gonna share my.
All right, we're ready.
Alrighty. Uh-oh. It says that the host disabled sharing.
Really? Give me 1 second.
Okay. So this is the website.
Oh, I know Carlene.
Yes, Carlene. Yep, she actually designed one of the dresses that I wore on my photo shoot, but those
Okay.
were like just some personal pictures for me.
Right.
But this is our website. It'll tell you all of the information you need to know, where you need to go to find out what our purpose is, and kind of just how we got started, as well as our policies and procedures. Um, and then here's some of our featured products down here. So, like I said, I kind of sell like everything beauty, or if not everything, it will definitely be there soon. But
Right.
here's some elastic bonnets. Here are some of the handmade headbands that I was telling you about that are
Yeah.
custom designed. I also sell tit tape, so if ever you're going out on a night in the town and you
Yes, I need
have
it.
a V-cut dress or something, and
Right.
then here's some skincare products, more headbands, glam shields to protect us from this crazy virus. I actually do have this with me,
Oh
but
my gosh.
and I usually put my mask on underneath. But like I said, my day job is a teacher, so I have to kind of interact with people. Our kids aren't back yet, but they will be soon if all goes well. But we'll still need that PPE.
Yes. And when we talk about pivot, guys, she's the epitome of the pivot maker. You hear me? She's just
Oh my gosh. And some people need drawstring bonnets because their head size is a little different than most. So we have drawstring bonnets, elastic bonnets, and just products that'll make your daily life beautiful, I feel like. I'm actually going to update this section tonight, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's called the
yeah.
activism section. I'm going to be on another Zoom meeting later
Okay.
this evening about just educating our community about mail-in ballots and just doing what they need to do to be a responsible citizen.
I love
Um,
it.
and then here's one of the headbands that I sell in the store. So I would definitely love for you guys to take a look around and check us out. We have some super cute things, and our products are for any and everyone.
Yes, I can't wait to order.
Thank you.
Well, Amber, do you have any last words? Like, I loved it. I love interviewing you, actually. It was so good.
Yes, it was so good. I don't have any last words. I can't wait until we do it again. This has been such a great experience, and I'm so, so happy that we were able to get together.
Yes. And if, of course, like my day job is marketing, that's my bread and butter. So we can talk about it. I heard you talk about marketing. I can definitely help you if you need me.
Okay, yes, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Amber. What